Howdy folks, and welcome to my claim. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a wash plant. Now this is in response to a few people that have actually written me and said, Alan, is it worth setting up? It's a lot of stuff we've got to put together and everything. And so I'm going to just kind of go through all the motions and everything and give you some ideas. Now, there's a couple things you need to consider. One is the type of ground that you're on. Do you have some ground that's got decent gold, decent yield? Has it got clay? Or is it more gravel and things of that sort? So those are some of the things you need to consider. Also, the terrain. Is it in a nice smooth area where it's easily accessible? Or is it in the high country where you got to backpack and hike up to it? So those couple of things make a huge difference in determining whether if you're going to actually set up a wash plant or not. Now, personally, I'm biased to the wash plant because, it works really good and I'm able to capture a lot of the fine gold. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll go through the process. Out here in the desert, there's no water, so you got to haul your own. So this is a 500-gallon tank made of fiberglass on a trailer that I take out to the property. Now I only really need to fill it up with about a couple hundred gallons, and that'll get me through a whole weekend without any problem. So you're going to have to consider about hauling water, like maybe even a couple of 55-gallon drums to put in the back of your truck, or maybe even get a trailer like this with a tank on it so you can haul it out to the property. I'm going to show you what's in the back of the truck and how well I got everything all organized, because it is a lot of stuff. So let me go ahead and drop the tailgate here so you can kind of see what's going on. So you can see everything is well organized. I got the two trommels here, the main one as well as the dewatering trommel. Also, I've got these two tank tubs, and also stored inside of these are some of the equipment that I need, so it helps saves on the space. Got my shovels, got my water pump here, got the batteries, and a whole bunch of other accessories. So as I move this stuff out of the way, you can kind of get a better idea of how everything all fits. There's the sluice underneath the trommel sitting right there. So everything fits in here, so it's easy to transport out to the claim, so it's not too bad. Another thing to consider is if you have your own claim, or if you're working the same ground all the time, you can actually put in some permanent stakes like I've done here. This makes the setup a little quicker and simpler. So I've got these stakes with the PVC that are already pre-mounted on it with a little piece of metal on the backside. So that way when I hook up the trommel and the sluice and everything else, it's already pre-angled, so that way that I've already set previously, so that way when I arrive onto the site, I can just drop it into place. That saves a lot of time in terms of measuring and the lengths and the angles and stuff like that. So it makes it a little quicker setup. Okay, I'm ready to get started. We'll go ahead and unpack the rig, set it all up. I've got the clock sitting over here, so keep an eye on it and let me know how long it takes to set up. All right, let's get going. Good. All we're doing is just filling up the tanks with water, hooking up the few little lines and everything, and then we'll be ready to get started. So basically, it took about maybe 15, say about by the time we get the tanks filled up, it'll probably be about, maybe another extra few minutes. So not too bad. A little under 20 minutes, we had everything all set up, but also that's because I had everything kind of all preset. So, and plus I've done it a few times, so I kind of know which way everything kind of goes. So All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing fired up and let's get some gold. Okay, folks, I'm just kind of panning the concentrates from the day. The sun's getting kind of low on the sky, so we'll see how we can do to get the sun shine on the pan here. This is a Fosker pan that I got from Snake River Products that I'm working here. So we get all the concentrates packed down here, and we'll see what our catch of the day looks like. We ran about 1.5 yards. My property runs, the average virgin ground runs about $20 a yard. Well, a little better than the folks that are up in the Yukon. And the tailings from the 1920s from the old miners runs about $9 a yard. So this is coming from virgin ground. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this back, and we'll see if we get any gold here. All right, so we're already starting to see a little bit of gold starting to show up right in here. So I'll bring this up a little bit higher so you can see it better. We've got some pieces already starting to show. I'll get the sun on it just about right where you can kind of see it. All right. And we'll just kind of cut our way down here real quick because there's a lot of material to cut through here. You can just kind of see the smattering of gold in between all the black sand rocks here. Like, I'm just going to cut this lower half down a little bit. There we go. And you can see buried within here is a whole bunch of fine stuff already happening. I don't know how good the camera resolution is, well, if it can actually resolve the finer pieces that are minus 100 mesh or not. You can see more 100 mesh stuff coming around in here. You can see a lot of gold starting to show up along the top here, even with the big rocks. Kind of get some of these out of the way if I can. There's a nice little nugget there coming through. Got a lot of good gold here in the corner here, starting to show up. Got a lot of little pieces out here in the middle. All right, here comes a nice little picker right here. There we go, and you see that. And we got ourselves a nice little nugget here. Look at that, that's a nice one. How about that? We'll show that a little better detail here in a moment. Here's some more nice little pickers starting to come out here through the top. There we go. There's a nice little picker. And we got another one sitting right here. And there's some more coming in right over here in the corner here. You can kind of see that. And the whole bottom of the pan, I don't know, like I say, I don't know if the camera resolution's showing this or not, but it's just peppered with all kinds of fine gold. And you can kind of see, I'll see if I can bring it up here a little closer, see if the camera will actually focus on it a little better, but you can kind of see all the fine gold kind of tipped in here. I mean, there's some 100 and 200 mesh stuff that you barely see, all smattered through the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to bring this down, see if we can show you some more. Now here's a little surfboard nugget. Those are hard to catch because they're really flat and very thin, and so that's really hard to catch on a riffle board, even in a dry washer too, because they usually just fly right off. There's another picker, and you can kind of just see a whole bunch of fine, I'll bring the camera up here, you can see a whole bunch of fine gold just kind of just smattered throughout the pan. Hopefully the sun's shining in on it just right. So let's go back and grab that little nugget, and let me just put it in my hand here and see if we can bring it up to the camera here, get a little better view. So I'm just going to slowly bring it up so the camera can catch up on the focus. And there we are. Not too shabby. Looks pretty nice. Roll it around to the other side. There's the back side of it. Pretty good looking. All right, let's get that sun on there a little better. There we go. So not too bad. Pretty good show for the day. Thank you for watching. I hope it inspired you to set up your own trommel wash plant for your desert operation. So until next time, get out there and find some gold, and good luck to you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.